Hello everyone. This is my last video vlog for the 2018-2019 school year. I'd like to take the time to go over each of the 10 competencies one more time as I have finished my graduate internship with Youth Villages. So without further ado, let's start with the first one. Number 1, demonstrating ethical and professional behavior. On a scale of 1 to 5, I would say that I am on a 3.5. I would say I'm higher than emerging, and I would say I'm less than proficient. This is an area that I'm going to continue to grow as I continue to practice as a social worker. And as I emerge as a master with a master's of social work, I strive to continue demonstrating ethical and professional behavior in the way that I act, in the way that I work with my clients, and in the way that I present myself as a professional. For number 2, we have engage diversity and difference in practice. I would say I would rate myself at a 4 on this, because this is an area that I've strived to grow since I was living overseas in Morocco, and now have had the opportunity to put it into practice in my social work practice. I strive to continue to understand how people think and how people interact in their environment, and I understand that they're different than myself, and I strive to learn more about that difference in the culture that they come from and apply that, so that way I can serve them where they are at instead of trying to indoctrinate them into my way of thinking. Number 3, advancing human rights, social, economic, and justice, environmental justice. I would say I am at a 3.75 for this. This is an area that I continue to grow in, and there are certain parts of this culture that I'm still trying to understand, and new cultures, and putting my own views into practice can sometimes get in the way of that. So I strive to do what is best for the client, whatever that may be. And so whether it be understanding how they think or what they believe in, and then whatever I can do to help them, I strive to do that. So I would say I'm at a 3.75 for this area. For number 4, engaging in practice-informed research and research-informed practice, I would say that I'm at a 3.5 in this area. This is an area that I'm continuing to grow in, and as I have had the opportunity to apply research practice into my master's program and into my internship, this has gone from a 3 to a 3.5 since I started the internship last fall. Number 5, engaging in policy practice. I would say I'm at a 3.75. Since this is an area that I strive to continue growing in, every opportunity that I have to start a new area of employment, I strive to read the policy manual for that agency. I take what I learn from that and I apply it to practice, and then understand how that policy helps the clients that I'm serving. So I would say I'm a 3.75 for that. Number 6, engaging with individuals, families, groups, organizations, and communities. I would say I am at a 4 in this. This was a struggle for me starting out my internship this last fall, but one of the biggest things that I strive to learn more about was how to build my interpersonal communication skills. My supervisor explained to me that I needed to be more confident in the way that I presented myself and walk with a certain confidence in what I've learned, what I have learned as a social worker. So when meeting with a new client, I have found it much more easy to go into the home and present what we'll be going over. And I will strive to continue growing this as I grow as a social worker. Number 7, assessing individuals, families, groups, and organizations and communities. I would say I am at a 4 in this as well, since I have had several opportunities to complete assessments with clients and then complete assessments for class assignments. I feel like I am very comfortable with completing an intake assessment or psychosocial or whatever assessment I'm using, and then applying the data to best serve my client and create an informational sheet of how or what the client's background is. So that way, if I have to transfer the case, that individual will have something to go off of so it'll be easier to build rapport with them. So I would say I'm at a 4 for that. Number 8, I would say that I am so that's intervening with individuals, families, groups, organizations, and communities. I would say that I am at a 4 in that as well. Since the beginning of my internship / employment with youth villages, I've taken it upon myself to review the treatment manual that youth villages provides. In it, there are several interventions that help with various issues that the client may present with. And going over that has certainly helped implement those with my clients. And learning about a specific intervention called collaborative problem solving, I have been able to take what I've learned from the trainings that I've received and then apply it with each of my clients and then present the information to them so that they can continue to use it after I'm gone. So I would say I'm at a 4. I understand how these concepts play out, and I'm able to present them to the clients that I work with. Number 9, evaluating practice with individuals, families, groups, organizations, and communities. I would say that I am at a 4 in this as well. One of the things that I strive to do is see how effective the interventions that I've been using by evaluations, whether that be about the interventions that I've used or evaluation from my supervisor. I receive feedback well. Whenever I receive a new supervisor or someone that I work with, I tell them to communicate with me through feedback. If there's something there is an issue that I need to rectify, I encourage them to tell me what that is so that I can improve my practice. And through evaluation, through supervision, I have been able to improve several areas in my practice. And I will continue to use this strategy with whoever I work with or whoever I have over. If I'm a supervisor, who will I supervise? I will use the same method. And then last but not least, number 10, appreciating the context of Christian higher education for social work education. I would say that I am at a 4 in this. It's something that I will continue to utilize for the rest of my social work career. And I would say that I'm a 4 because I appreciate Christianity because that is my personal faith, and I appreciate my social work practice. I see them two together. That way, whenever I am working with a client, I see that they are a child of God and I value them for who they are. And as I continue to work with them, I will put aside my personal beliefs. I will put aside any prejudices that may come up, or because we do live in a sinful world and whatever they may be partaking in is sinful. But I won't stop serving my clients, and I will work with them to the best that I can, ultimately sharing the love of Christ with them. So I would say I'm at a 4. So what remains for your professional growth as a practitioner? I would say what remains is lifelong learning. I will continue to work. I will continue to learn as a social worker, and I will not stop attending seminars and continuing education classes to better myself as a social worker. I will continue to learn new interventions to best serve my clients. So I would say what remains is a lifelong commitment to lifelong learning. So in response to the last last question, discuss your strategy to remain a lifelong learner as a practitioner, I would reiterate this. I will continue to attend continuing education seminars. I will continue to work with my peers to better myself as a social worker, and then receive feedback from supervisors to better myself in whatever area. I'll give a personal example. Before starting the internship, I was not confident in my speech, and I would stutter a lot. After communicating with my supervisor for several supervision meetings, I was able to communicate with her better, and I was able to explain what was going on in my mind. The strategy she explained to me was to stop, think about what I'm going to say, and then say it. So that way I would be more confident and I would be able to not stutter as much. So I would say that a commitment to lifelong learning is the most important part about being a social worker, and something that I will strive to continue in my years as a social worker ahead. So this is my last vlog. I would just like to say thank you to all the professors that have been there for us during this year-long journey. And I would like to thank my God for having the opportunity to learn so many incredible things. I will not trade any of it for anything. Thank you so much. This is Noah Miller signing off.